we've heard from Steve Keim and Cliff on their confidence in you and knowing they're kind of projecting you to take over as the center. What does that confidence from them mean, and what are your goals, to kind of lock that down moving forward?
Yeah, that's it's huge to have that from your head coach and your GM to put that confidence in you. After a year of kind of being in the background and being a backup, just really looking forward to being back out there all the time, and obviously hope to have a good year and hopefully one of these years we make a Pro Bowl.
Hey Mason, thanks for taking time to talk to us. I was just wondering, with Kyler Murray's expected growth in year 2, what does that mean for you guys as an offensive line as far as growing with him, and does anything change for you guys this year?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think even in year 1, we saw Kyler grow a lot from week 1 to week 16. So I can't imagine how big of a jump he's going to make going into year 2. But we as an offensive line got all the confidence in him. We love the way he plays. He's great to us. And it doesn't change a whole lot for us. Luckily for us in our room, we haven't had a whole lot of turnover. We kind of got the same guys in the room for the most part. So I think it'll be good. Just everyone being back together for another year in the same offense, same staff, basically. So it's going to be huge.
Hey, Mason. First of all, congrats on the baby news.
Thank you.
Yeah, super exciting. We heard a lot from players and Cliff the last couple of weeks of just what the conversations have been like in kind of the smaller groups of the team as far as George Floyd and systemic racism. And given how diverse the OL room is, I was wondering, what have the conversations been like there? And, as a white man listening, what have some of your takeaways been?
Yeah, I think us in football, we're really lucky to have such a diverse group all across the team, not only just in the O-line room. We got guys, like I watched a clip of Hump and what he said about the O-line room. And I really do think that if the rest of the world was like the O-line group, it'd be fantastic. We can have those tough conversations in our group and be able to listen and learn from each other. And I think that's huge. And I think that's something that we could all take part of.
Next 2 questions will be Darren Urban and Kyle Odegaard.
Hey Mason, couple things. One, when it comes, congratulations also on the impending baby and even getting married. And I'm wondering, number one, what's it been like going through so many life changes when there's so much going on in the world? And then also on a football level, you obviously played 2 years ago. Does that experience carry over even though you had this year where you weren't playing as much as you go into this year?
Yeah, for your first question, it's been kind of crazy. Not the year I was expected to be, but life still goes on. We still got married. We didn't have the honeymoon, but now with the baby on the way, we're just super excited. It's been with all the craziness going on in the world, this happens to be a really good year for us so far, personally. On the other side with football, I think having that year being a backup, I think it was huge for me to watch a guy like AQ and all the other vets in the room work and how they prepare. It's a year that I never really had. So I think in a weird way, having that year off actually really helped me learn from the other guys and kind of see the room from a whole different perspective.
So just to clarify on that first, so that was the first time you've ever not been a starter, right, in your life?
Correct.
Okay. And moving forward, the offensive line as a whole, did you feel like there was progress that you saw from the beginning of last year to the end?
Yeah, I think we made a whole lot of progress from week 1 to week 16. Not only us as an O-line, but as an offense too. I thought as the year went on, we protected a lot better. We ran the ball way better, and the things we were doing on offense, just we kind of found our way. It seemed like the first 3 or 4 games, maybe 6 games that we were trying to figure out what we were going to be, what our identity was going to be, and as we started to find that, we started to really click. And I think that's huge for momentum going into year 2. And again, with a lot of the same guys in the room, I think that's even bigger.
Next three are Mike Jurecki, Catherine Fitzgerald, Howard Balzer.
Congratulations, Mason. Let's talk about Sean Kugler. You come in as a rookie and played for Ray Brown. Obviously, was a coach in the NFL, played for a long time. What does Kugler bring to the table that maybe not so much lacking, but to get you guys up to speed?
Yeah, I mean, I credit Cougs to helping me a lot. Even in this past year, I think I made the biggest jump technique-wise and performance-wise that I've probably made in my whole career. And I think the big thing with him is he's always going to push us to work. In week 16, we're working the same way that we were in week 1, an individual, and we're working on technique. And every week we're technique specific for the kind of defense we're playing. I think that's been huge for us as an O-line and me personally.
Hey, Mason. Kyler told us last week during a press conference like this that he will be kneeling during the national anthem, and Kenyon Drake has since said the same thing. Have those been team-wide discussions yet, and what are your plans?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of an ongoing discussion throughout the team. I know they said that. I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it just yet. For me, what I'm trying to do is just listen to my teammates and everyone else that's been going through so much hurt in their life. I think we're all guilty of not always listening and understanding the struggle that some people go through. So for me right now, I'm just focusing on listening and learning and understanding what a lot of people in this country have been through. Because I don't think we've always done a great job of understanding that. I think we'll continue to have discussions as a team, and I think we'll probably figure out something to do as a whole team together. So we'll see going forward.
Thanks, Mason. What have these last few months been like for you and the family during the pandemic? And then also looking forward, if games are played without fans, have you given thought or you talked about it with players about what that'll be like, just the potential lack of energy in stadiums as you guys are playing games?
Yeah, this offseason has actually gone relatively smooth. I think workouts have been great. I set up a little home gym in our house, so I've been able to do all of our workouts here. I think meetings went way better than I ever expected them to go. I think they were productive. We learned a lot, even being virtually. So I think it was good. With no fans, I mean, it'll be different for sure. And I think everybody will have to adjust to it. But under these circumstances, we don't have a whole lot of choice. So I don't think you need to preach having energy in this league. I think when you go play a game, no matter if there's fans there or not, there's going to be energy on the field. There's going to be competitiveness, and that's just something that comes with the game. It'll definitely be different and definitely be something that we'll have to adjust to if that's the case.
Next three, Richard Sines, Darren Urban, Catherine Fitzgerald.
Hey, Mason. Just wanted you kind of touched on how the offensive line got better and the offense got better as the season went along. How much of that was just you guys adjusting to this new style of offense, this fast-paced offense, the normal kind of offense?
I think that was a huge part of it. I think for us as the players, it was trying to find our identity, what we did well in this offense. I think even the coaching staff too. I think going into the season, I don't think the coaches or players knew what was going to be our identity. And as we got on, we realized that we could still run the ball in this offense, be super productive running the ball, and we could our passing game could obviously be great. I think we kind of expected that, but the run game wise, I think that was the biggest part for us, just finding that identity, knowing that we can run the ball in this offense, and then the coaches having faith in the offensive line and confidence in us running the ball.
Mason, I know that you guys have had yet to get on the field, as a group this offseason, but I'm curious, when you watch yourself on film from that year you did start, do you see like a player that's totally different than what you are now? Do you look back and go, oh my God, I can't believe I was playing like that? Or do you look back and say, I did a pretty good job as a rookie? I mean, how do you kind of assess that?
I think a little bit of both. I always try to look at myself watching film positively, but critically at the same time. So I think there was some good things I did as a rookie, but from that year to going on to this year now, I think there's been in my game personally a lot of strides, and I credit that to a lot of that to Cougs, and also some of these older guys. I think a lot of the older guys in the room have helped me a lot. and just being able to watch them and how they work and how they practice has been huge for me.
Mason, what's it been like getting to know this incoming class of rookies and some of the other new guys on the team, particularly like a Josh Jones, where, you know, you're in these virtual meetings, but not having the in-person stuff yet?
Yeah, you know, it's definitely been limited because, I mean, when we're in these virtual meetings, you know, Cougs does a good job of making them interactive, but it's still not the same as being in the room with the guys in terms of interaction. So it's been a little different, and I imagine for them it's for the rookies it's got to be a little challenging. But like I said earlier, it's all something that we're adjusting to and just having to work with. But I think it'll be good. I think going into training camp, it'll be good, and we'll have a tight group again.
Next three: Kyle Odegaard, Howard Balzer, Richard Sines.
Mason, did Coach Kugler have a conversation with you where he said, you know, our plan is to have you as our starting center moving forward at some point this offseason?
Yeah, he did. You know, he called me I forget when it was, but basically told me that, and that's what I always respected about Cougs. He's never afraid to have conversations with you, whether it be good or bad, and I really respected. He called me and told me that. And even going into last year, when he told me that when I wasn't starting, he called me and said the same thing. So it's been I respect Cougs a lot. I mean, I think everyone in the room would say the same thing, that we all love Cougs, and it was really good. It's been good, and it's good to hear that confidence too coming from your position coach.
You mentioned earlier what guys have learned during the conversations in the room. Anything specifically from your standpoint that you've learned, especially things you might have heard about, but had never really talked about it with players as those conversations occur?
No, I don't know if there's one thing specific. I think one thing that we forget, at least in this profession, you know, with guys making a good amount of money in this league, that I think we forget where a lot of these guys in this league have come from, and it's not the most glamorous places in the world. And a lot of these people have been through a lot of struggle to get here. And so just being able to sit back and learn and listen to these guys and what they've really gone through, I think it's something that we as a society, we've kind of skipped over a lot. And I think we're all guilty of it too. So just being able to listen to those guys, and, you know, DJ's been great in the room and talked a lot about it, but it's been, you know, it's been good for us.
Yeah, you talked about listening in on DJ's Zoom call with us. He said that Kyler Murray named his dog after him. Later, Kyler said that wasn't true, that he gave some suggestions. Did you give Kyler any suggestions to name his dog after you, like Cole or Mason, or has DJ come to you with baby name suggestions?
No, DJ hasn't come with babies. It's coming though. Don't worry. I don't doubt that that's coming. No, I didn't even know Kyler was getting a dog. You know, my wife and I are big dog guys too. So we got 2 dogs. So I would have loved to put some names in the suggestion box, but I guess I didn't get that text. He never asked me.
Okay, we'll wrap it up with the last question with Catherine Fitzgerald.
In fairness, I don't think that Kyler necessarily asked DJ for names either. That's pretty unclear.
I can't imagine.
Yeah. I was wondering, you mentioned how, you know, this year has been so weird with everything off the field too, and with Arizona being a hot spot and Florida as well, having family there, what's it been like kind of navigating, you know, living in and having family in 2 places that have seen a lot of coronavirus in particular?
Yeah, you know, I think we're all doing our best to stay safe. Me and my wife personally, we don't get out of the house a whole lot anyway, so life's been pretty much normal for us. And same with my family. They you know, they're all close, so if they're doing anything, it's usually spending time at each other's houses. So you know, it's been all right. We're all practicing a good habits, washing our hands and all that good stuff. So we're all doing our best, and we're all staying safe so far.